The OpenAI Startup Fund has launched their second Converge startup cohort. This is kind of like their startup incubator program. So today on the podcast, I'm going to be breaking down everything happening, what actually goes on in this incubator program, how much money they give you, how many startups they're picking, all of the good juicy details on that. It's very, very interesting because I think we're going to see some really incredible startups coming out of this next year, but this is their Converge 2. So they've already done one round of this and already saw a lot of really interesting startups. And to make all of this more interesting, the last thing I'll throw in here is the fact that Sam Altman, who's running OpenAI, was previously the head of Y Combinator, the #1 startup incubator in the world. So, it goes to show he probably is going to get something interesting started within OpenAI in the AI space. We're going to be covering all of that, and let's get into the podcast. Welcome to the world's #1 AI podcast, AI Chat. I'm your host, Jaden Schaefer. Make sure that you go to AIbox.ai, link in the show notes, to join the waitlist for our new AI platform. We're going to be launching an incredible platform that allows you to build anything you want with workflows in AI. So you're able to chain together ChatGPT and image generators and audio generators to make really powerful apps for your organization, or you can host them on our marketplace and actually generate royalties from them. So make sure to go to AIbox.ai and join the waitlist. In addition, if you like the podcast, if you could do me a massive favor and please leave us a review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. This helps me be able to get better guests on here as they check the reviews to see how you guys are liking it. So if you could please do that, I would really, really appreciate it. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? I record and publish podcasts on a platform called Spotify for Podcasters, and I absolutely love it. Essentially, you can upload from your phone or computer, and it distributes to every platform that plays podcasts. They support video podcasts, and you can make money on the platform with ads or even podcast subscriptions, something that has made my life so much easier as a podcaster. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you give it a try. You can download the Spotify for Podcast app or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started on your podcast today. Despite everything happening inside of OpenAI with Sam Altman getting fired, getting kicked out, coming back, all of the craziness that goes around with all of that, they still are a really quick-moving company that is coming up with a lot of really cool innovation. So the latest thing, of course, like I mentioned in the intro, is that they have launched the second cohort of their Converge kind of like incubator program. And they're doing some really interesting things here that not a lot of other people are doing. So this is all confirmed by the OpenAI team, but this is kind of a co-branded accelerator program. And today with this new cohort, they made a bunch of interesting new announcements. So the OpenAI Startup Fund, which is a separate entity from OpenAI, it's diving into its second cohort. This is essentially a 6-week program, which is designed for quote unquote exceptional engineers, designers, researchers, and product builders using AI to reimagine the world. So that's kind of their like blurb about what they do. But this whole description comes from a blog post they recently released earlier. So that's where I'm getting all this from. But in any case, this whole approach of their original cohort is going to be copied in the second one, the Converge 2. And they're essentially going to choose between 10 and 15 startups. This is kind of interesting to me. They haven't, specified. I think people like Y Combinator typically have like a specific number they go for. And I think so, yeah, anyways, I think it's kind of interesting. They're going for 10 to 15, which means probably 10, but if there's 5 really outstanding startups, might grab them as well. Each selected startup is going to get $1 million, and this is going to be an equity investment from the OpenAI Startup Fund, right? So they're going to be taking equity similar to how Y Combinator works, and they haven't said exactly how much equity or anything like that. But a significant player in the entrepreneurial scene with over $100 million is the OpenAI Startup Fund. This is they have a really sizable fund there. The fund, which was announced last May, has backing from a bunch of different industry giants like Microsoft and some other partners. So this isn't all just money from within OpenAI. So kind of crunching the numbers on this, I think shows a commitment of at least, $10 million for this next Converge 2 program, or if they do 15, then $15 million. And so definitely, they're putting their money where their mouth is and putting a sizable investment into every kind of cohort they run here. So the benefits for participating, it's beyond just getting the $1 million. People that are joining Converge 2 are also going to get access to a whole bunch of resources, including tech talks, office hours, social events. They're also going to have the opportunity to go and, kind of join the conversation with some leading practitioners and integrate into the OpenAI startup fund's quote unquote community of builders. So one key aspect of the program is its openness. So while participants they're not mandated to develop on OpenAI's API, I think the inherent network effect is going to make OpenAI's technology highly appealing. It's kind of interesting. They're like, no, you don't have to be building on OpenAI's like API stuff. Just if you're making anything cool with AI, like come, apply or whatever. But like, I think in reality, at the end of the day, their goal is obviously to get you on OpenAI stuff. Nothing wrong with that. It's, best in class at the moment, but it's hard to tell with everything moving so rapidly if they're always going to be, have the best in class for everything. So in a move that I think they're focusing on getting people from a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different places. They are calling for founders from a bunch of different backgrounds. They're saying if you're not from inside, like if you're from outside the US, it's totally cool. They're encouraging you to apply. A history of working with AI systems is not a prerequisite for the application. So you don't have to be an AI expert. However, I think the program does have a commitment of 4 to 6 hours weekly. So this is from March 11th to April 19th, with the first and last week scheduled to take place in San Francisco. So travel expenses from those weeks are going to be covered by OpenAI's startup fund, which is kind of nice. And the deadline for the application is January 26th. So if you or a startup that is in the AI space is kind of looking for funding or looking to take their startup to the next level, let them know January 6th is the deadline. This is kind of a cool thing to apply for. And I think this is a big opportunity for a lot of startups. I think as the OpenAI Startup Fund is kind of moving towards this next cohort, I think it's pretty clear that despite a lot of external noise and distractions, everything crazy going on with OpenAI, the focus on really pushing forward innovation and supporting AI-driven ventures is very much on track. It's very solid. And I've been kind of seeing this in a lot of different areas. For example, OpenAI is really focusing on, and they have a big focus on kind of some of their super alignment issues and all that kind of stuff. And so it seems like despite all the drama around OpenAI, they really are a focused company. They have a really solid team building some cool stuff. So I'll make sure to keep you updated on everything that is going on. And if they have an announcement of who was accepted to this cohort, I'll keep you updated on that as well.
This episode is brought to you by Klaviyo, the platform that powers smarter digital relationships. With Klaviyo, you can activate all your customer data in real time, connect seamlessly with your customers across all channels, guide your marketing strategy with AI-powered insights, recommendations, and automated assistance, deliver experiences that feel individually designed at scale, and grow your business faster. Power smarter digital relationships with Klaviyo. Learn more at klaviyo.com/Spotify. That's KLAVIYO.com/Spotify.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
Thank you for listening to the AI Chat Podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, I'd appreciate it if you rate me wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're looking for an innovative group of AI enthusiasts, make sure you check out our Discord channel and also our Facebook community. It's obviously a lot more interactive than a podcast where we can actually share software tools, prompts that we're using in everyday AI. I'll leave a link for those in the description below.